Hello and welcome back to a new video. I did it. We made a new video and now I'm on softcore on a 71 druid. We did not die on the rogue. Let me just go so you can see it. So you can understand that I don't lie. We have completed everything we could in this new season on the rogue, except from like I haven't done 90 nightmare dungeons. I haven't revisited I haven't revisited Lilith. Basically just because I haven't min-maxed my character at all. I hit 100. I did we can see I did almost everything you can do in the season pass or seasonal journey, which I also find a bit, it's hard to like navigate through this UI thing, but you press U and you get into your seasonal blessings, which is fine, and seasonal journey, it's fine. I don't understand how favors work, but I guess they just magically just unlock your battle pass things. You don't see them, but they do something at least. Yeah, this is what I haven't done because I'm not maxing out my glyphs. I'm not a huge fan of nightmare dungeons. I'm gonna get a bit more back to it later, but I guess just to make an overall view of this season, I'm not gonna try to not go into depth about everything and anything, but rather just make like a broad description of how it is and how it has been, and I've wasted a couple of hours on it at least, and I think one of the biggest things that are positive from this this season is I think it's a really good and right step towards like what they tried maybe to make with action RPG MMO is like they are trying to make outside open world overworld content, if you want to call it, a bit more accessible and feel like you're a part of something and there's happening something here and we can do it together without really committing or making an agreement on grouping up or calling your friends or things like that, because there's people in the game all the time playing, except from on hardcore. That's why I made a druid on softcore. But yeah, to sum it up, for me at least, the seasonal theme and everything, it's fine, it's good. I think it's super fun to do the zone, the blood harvest. We can go and check it real quick on the druid. My rogue is kind of, it's not bricked, but I did experiment with a few builds and then I didn't finish it, so it's kind of like half-assed right now. But the druid I did, I think this is landslide into nature's, what is it called again? Nature's fury. With one iteration of nature's fury with pulverize together with it. So I hit like a truck. I one tap almost everything in Helltide, for instance. If it's a portal boss or whatever, I one tap it because of the new seasonal power as well. So it's extremely overpowered, I feel, at least. I could easily do maybe level 90 nightmare dungeon, like not 90 tire, but like level mob level 90, which is maybe, is it like 30 something, like that's 95 I think. So this is just a trample landslide thing together with nature's fury and pulverize, and yeah, it is fun. It kind of slaps. You can see that I enjoy blood harvest because of the blood lure and the stacks of keys that I have. So this is basically what you do. You run around, you hunt the vampire down that are in the new zones, and while doing so you get loot and everything like that. What is questionable for me, like in this season though, is that as soon as you hit 100 or even before that, there's absolutely no real new challenge. On my rogue I think I did Duriel at a level 92 or something. I did all of the other pinnacle bosses before hitting 90, and nothing game breaking like build or something like, but it did nothing. And if you have poison res or poison potion or incense or anything on that guy and you are capped, he's close to nothing to you. So it's nothing game breaking, but it does nothing. Like Duriel is just like a big pinata, I think. It is kind of fun that they made it like a target farming thing, so you could iterate between bosses to check if you get good loot. But then again, I feel like the whole itemization they were talking about loot dropping close to your like item power was going to drop close to your progression and where you were progressing, and then you can go like as soon as if I were to hit, let's say I was, what did I do? At 59 or 58 I did World Tier 4 on this guy. And trust me, you don't have defenses for it, that's for sure, but you do tons of damage. So, but you're not supposed to tank everything, you just run around and hit, right? And do tons of damage. But I could go straight to the world boss afterwards. And the world boss for me, I'm not sure if it did on this. Yeah, this is the first weapon I got from the first world boss I killed at 59 or something. It's item power 908 and it has a chance to drop item power 925 already on the world boss. And then it's like everything else is just like it's min-maxed already, right? It's just, what am I supposed to do then? In terms of looking forward to weapon. Like, of course, okay, we can look at the stats and what it gives me. Okay, I have overpower, core, damage to slow, damage to injured. We can get a bit better stats, I guess. But it like the whole talk from them about changing it for the better and making it feel like a progression, it falls through it runs out in the sand really badly, really quickly, because you can go and do pinnacle bosses or you can do world bosses and you get the best loot immediately. You don't even need to do high nightmare dungeons. And also nightmare dungeons, I feel like even though they've been reworked and the dense is finally better, it's at the place it should be in most cases. Some of the dungeons are absolutely still horrendous. You have to wait for doors to open. There's a combination of mob types that are so annoying and not hard to deal with, but just extremely annoying to deal with. And some of the events might be questionable and take a bit long time still, but most of the events are good in dungeons now. There's a question for events in Helltide. There's some events in Helltide that absolutely have zero mob spawning. Waves of Darkness comes to mind. But yeah, I just think there's a few like mishaps in terms of did everybody look at the same page when they were going through what we need to do. So the guy having that area of field of area who was trying to fix, I don't think he quite hit the mark. But the dents and everything is a bit better, but I feel like I'm falling back and doing the same things that I did in season 1 or pre-season, right? So it's better than season 1, but that doesn't say much, and I think everybody has said that, right? But I feel like it's still, it doesn't do it justice in the terms of content it has when it looks like this. It has art like this, it has music like this, it has combat that is really good and feels good, but it falls so short when it comes to it. Absolutely nothing to do when you hit 100. Even before that, you feel like you have to roll something else. You have to find ways to entertain yourself, or find goals to entertain yourself, right? And it's just miserable feeling. So in terms of the league itself, it's extremely fun jumping into D4 again. And I think it's super fun for people that are extremely casual. I am not, even though I try to slow down a bit and enjoy a bit more this time around. I consume a game extremely fast and try to find out the better solutions. But I also am kind of like, I really enjoy the journey and not look at too much on the result all the time. So I am not trying to min-max a guide or look at every other build or anything like that, so I don't get polluted by any other opinions. Most of the time they are my own, and I do tend to try my own build, so I have like a iteration of every other maybe build guides out there. Not that I don't think that other people are good at making builds, but I really enjoy figuring out things myself. Anyways, enough about that. I think the game is progressing in the right direction, but it's extremely slow, and I don't think it does it justice in terms of what people paid for it in the beginning. And maybe the demandment, like, it's so sad for me to, like, when there's so much big words and promises each and every time the campfire comes up, and the same thing with itemization now. I'm not going to touch too deep into this because I know there's a lot of bigger brains and better worded heads on the subject, but trying to, like, I think Quinn said it good with homogenize, or trying to make it dumb down the game and make it, wrap it tightly in so you can't sprout out to the left or the right in terms of builds, or in terms of like genuine curiosity about trying to figure out new stuff for the game. I think it's a bad way of trying to control the things that actually are uncontrollable in a game like this. Because of the itemization you have chosen so wisely from the beginning. I really love seeing new legendary aspects that are altering how an ability is used instead of the power of an ability. Domestone, I think, might be the only. Maybe we have others as well. But I really want, like, new stuff like that makes the gameplay a lot more fun. And I think I touched upon it on the first video that I made, like halfway through, that everything that kind of disrupts a build or how you make a build, that makes you have to alter the way you play the game, I don't think it's a really good way of interfering, or making it like a chore, or making some obstacles like how Nightmare Dungeons have been made right now. And I have to just make it crystal clear, I really don't enjoy Nightmare Dungeons, and I think they are not rewarding enough. It's super boring to see that your glyph is moving a bit all the time at the end, and it's giving you 1.2% more vulnerability when you proc this thing, or overpower when you proc this thing, or it's like, it doesn't feel rewarding at all, and it doesn't feel like I'm progressing towards something. And there's been a lot of good suggestions about that. Like we have good systems with the Atlas tree and everything in that Path of Exiles have to contribute to. I'm not saying that you have to use like a system like that, but it's like imagine just having for each zone then. Like in Sergar, for instance, you can make it out of the map even. Like you can have like a percent based on each dungeon. You can have, let's say you have to run Vault of the Forsaken 5 times and then you progress to a higher level in the Vault of Forsaken. And if you do that in more dungeon in the same zone, you progress to an even higher thing in whatever dungeon. But try to also make the dungeon fun. Because doing chores and doing tasks inside of a dungeon when you're trying to zoom through and min-max your build or trying to have fun just killing mobs and making just speeding through it, right? Just killing mobs. That's all people want. You have some of the things in Blood Harvest. This is the fun thing though in Blood Harvest. You could see it was pulsating here, which indicates that somebody did this, and I think that's a good thing, and that's also the plus for me. Blood Harvest, the zone is extremely good, and it's extremely alive when you're on softcore. There's a lot of players, and this is also a place you can easily get access to every single aspect in the game that you want to have for your toon. But yeah, I think I'm gonna try to wrap it up at least, because there's no like real thing I want to say. I think it's been said by many, but the main thing for me is that we need some kind of red thread, some red line to follow, to progress, to make us like this doesn't cut it, man. This is like, and I can't even understand it. What great favor. I can't even use them. They use themselves. Like it feels so automated and so distant from trying to achieve something that it's. And in the UIs, no, man, I need something to work towards, right? And I'm not saying it's going to exist now, or it might take time to build it and get it towards something, and it's fine. But, for instance, like, you need to, like, from A to B, have some kind of thought behind what we are doing and where we are going in a game and progressing. And the itemization that was like supposedly bound to happen, like we progress the gear as the level we are competing against, it didn't, right? As soon as you do a pinnacle boss or as soon as you do a world boss, you get the best loot that you can get your hands on, and everything just falls through, right? Then why should I be doing Blood Harvests, or why should I be doing Nightmare Dungeons? I have to do Nightmare Dungeons to level my glyphs, right? But I don't want to. It's extremely boring. Even at the end reward on like tier 50 Nightmare Dungeons on my rogue, I got like 3 out of 4 was sacred items instead of ancestral. I think somebody did something wrong there. So it might be hidden behind a hotfix and already hotfixed. I have no idea. But it's just extremely lackluster. And I'm not gonna keep you jailed there. I hope people understand what I'm trying to say. And I'm not gonna showcase anything or say anything more about it, because yet again, it's many good pointers have been taken out of this game, and some really good quality of life changes has been done. The logistics in the town has been better. The horse is a lot better, and it goes to show how much better it is to run in the open world now, and how much more fun it is in the open world. I really enjoy Tree of Whispers. I really enjoy Blood of Harvest. It doesn't give me the best rewards, of course, so you have to do the other things. new bosses are good, but they have to be a challenge. They are not at this current state of the game. It's extremely trivial, and we also have let's not say game breaking, but we have some builds that are absolutely insane at the moment. They are not breaking the game. I think it's fun that you have some insane builds from time to time. Maybe it's a bit too much at the moment, and it brings that nothing is a challenge, of course. But yeah, it is what it is, right? And better have it that way, so people can have a bit fun while it lasts, I guess. That's why no hotfix for it, I guess, as well. The game is moving in the right direction, though, but I really hope there's something else to do when I hit 100, or like around 80 to 100. My main goal can't be watching that slow-ass glyph XP bar going from one side to another, because that's mainly what you do. From 80 to 100 now. That is the game. It can't be that. Anyways, I stream daily. I don't stream D4 anymore. I might tip my toe into it if there's some group play and some fun being had later this weekend, maybe, or upcoming weekend. But I also enjoy every single Blizzard game. That's why I also make videos. I'm a long time gamer when it comes to Blizzard games. I've been competing in all the way back in StarCraft Brood War, and I've been enjoying D4, D1, D2, D3, D4, StarCraft, every single major title they have made. So let's hope this game is going to take further steps in the right direction, and hopefully quicker. One extremely good thing that I also wrote down before the campfire last time is that target dummies are coming. I'm extremely happy about that. Just a fun note at the end there. Anyways, sorry for rambling and sorry for the lack of structure, but it is what it is, and the game is what it is, I guess. I think you will have fun when you try it, and there's some new content to consume, but there's no real challenge. Hopefully Season 3 will bring leaderboard, hopefully it will bring solo self-found, and hopefully we get some overhaul to Nightmare Dungeons, or some activities to do from 80 to 100 and beyond 100 and up, right? That's hoping for a lot, I guess. You can follow me on twitch.tv/Juansari. I'm also a bit active as an ironic guy on Twitter, not very often though. If you do enjoy the content, make sure to like this video and subscribe. It helps me a ton. If you have some kind of feedback, make sure to make a comment below. If you feel that I'm trash, then I'm trash. If you feel that I'm fun and good and enjoyable to listen to, then thank you. Anyways, any kind of feedback is welcome in the comments below. And until next time, which might be, just a heads up, in what direction we are turning into, some PTR testing for the upcoming season of World of Warcraft. That might be the direction. This is the end of the video because I'm not editing this guy. This is a raw footage. This was my druid. This was D4. And this was Season 2 Sum Up. Have a nice one, man. Adios.